The information discussed in this PILCast episode are merely opinions and do not constitute formal policy or legal guidance of any kind. Hello, and welcome to another PILCast, the video blog where we talk about important federal procurement innovations in 10 minutes or less. I guarantee it. My name is David Jablonski, and I'm with the DHS Procurement Innovation Lab. And today, we have a very special episode for you about the origins of a procurement authority outside of the Federal Acquisition Regulations, or the FAR. Now, this authority is called Other Transactions, which most people just call it as OTs. This authority was first given to NASA in 1958, and we have a PIL coach on location in Florida to tell you more about NASA's work during that time. Scott, I'll turn it over to you.
I'm Scott Simpson with the DHS Procurement Innovation Lab, and well, as you can see, today I'm visiting the Kennedy Space Center in Cape Canaveral, Florida. Behind me, you can see some of the rockets from the Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo missions. Today I'd like to talk about the Apollo mission. In 1961, President John F. Kennedy announced the goal of landing a person on the moon by the end of the decade. The Mercury program put a person into space. The Gemini program talked about and learned how to maneuver that vehicle in space. NASA had crawled, they had walked, now it was time for them to run, just like our DigiBadge program, Shu-Ha-Ri.
Thanks so much, Scott, for that background information. Now, I'm joined in studio by Catherine Crompton, the director of our PIL team. Katie, what can you tell us about OTs?
Well, OTs are unique types of legal instruments that are not contracts, grants, or cooperative agreements, and they are not subject to the FAR. There are many different types of OTs, but for today, we're going to discuss OT prototype projects, which are projects that are directly relevant to enhancing the mission effectiveness of personnel of the department, improving platform system components or materials proposed to be acquired or developed, or the improvement to already existing platform systems, components, or materials in use by the department.
Wow, that's really great information, Katie. Now, many agencies have OT authority, which is unique to them, and DHS is no exception. Now, the Science and Technology Directorate, or S&T, at DHS headquarters awards most of the DHS's OTs through the Silicon Valley Innovation Program, or SVIP. Now, this is either for their own requirements or on behalf of a DHS component. Now, you can find more about the DHS SVIP program in the description box below. Now, the U.S. Coast Guard and TSA, they have their own unique OT authorities here at DHS, so those are separate by the ones used by S&T. Now, Katie, do you have an example of how OTs can be used?
Sure. OT prototype projects can be used for projects that address proof of concept, model, reverse engineering to address obsolete technology, a pilot or novel application of commercial technologies for the department purposes, agile development activity, the creation, design, development, demonstration of technical or operational utility, or a combination of any of the above. It can be a process, including a business process, which could be subject to a prototype project, and a prototype may be physical, virtual, or conceptual in nature.
That is pretty amazing. Katie, thank you so much for joining us today. Now, let's take it back to Scott out there. Scott, do you have any final advice for someone who's interested in trying to use this authority?
If you try an innovation and it doesn't work, don't stop. Keep moving forward. Don't call it a failure. Call it a learning opportunity. Or here at the PIL, we call it a learning forward. Keep innovating. We all have a reason why we're innovating, whether it's to increase the likelihood of a successful mission, whether it's to lower the speed, the time that it takes to award a contract, whether it's to increase competition or lower entry barriers. We all have that reason why we're innovating. Keep going towards that goal. Don't let anyone tell you that it's not going to work. If it doesn't work the first time, iterate, try again.
Great information, Scott. And I think that's really good to share here. Now, if you'd like more information on OTs, you can reach out to our team here at the DHS Procurement Innovation Lab. or your local acquisition innovation advocate. You can also check out the periodic table of acquisition innovations at fai.gov, which you can find in the credits of this video or in the comments section below. And you can also check out the DHS S&T's website that we talked about earlier, which is also in the description box below. Now, Scott, is there anywhere else everyone can go for additional information?
Well, you've already found our PILCast, but you can also find webinars on our YouTube channel. For those in DHS family, you can find over 70 webinars on the DHS Internet Connect site. Go and learn how other procurement teams have innovated, iterated, how they have succeeded, how they have failed, and learned their lessons learned.
That's great advice, Scott. Now, thank you to everyone out there who watched this video. Remember, if you watched it, click that like button below, subscribe to the channel so you get all of our latest updates, and make sure to send this out to your friends as well. And we'll see you on our next PILCast episode. Bye now.